Our next session is all about enhancing customer journeys through technology-driven marketing. And our next speakers are Alec Haase from Hightouch, Monica van Dyke, and Solia Checo from Rituals. Please welcome them to the stage.
All right, Anti-Con. Before we dive in, I want to just pause, and I want everyone to ask yourself a single question. It sounds simple, but the answer usually isn't. Can you, as a marketer, deliver personalized experiences at will? Not just a welcome email with a first name on it. I mean, truly personalized experiences based on behavior, intent, preferences, context for each and every customer. Actually think through that for a second. If not, why? What is standing in your way? Now, we just heard a little bit about the State of MarTech report, so this diagram should feel fairly familiar. As marketers, we have more than 15,000 tools at our fingertips. We have more customer data than we've ever had before, and more channels to reach our customers. In theory, all of this should make our jobs and personalization easier. But in practice, it often feels like the opposite. When it comes time to actually send that email or trigger that journey, we're often waiting on data teams, and worse, we're still asking questions like, what do I send? Who do I send it to? What time of day? It still feels like we're guessing and doing a lot of manual, repetitive work. The good news is, there's a better way. And today we'll talk through what that looks like for a real brand and their journey. So here's how Rituals, a global beauty and wellness brand, evolved their entire MarTech stack to ensure that they could deliver truly personalized customer experiences. This is their story on how they went from slow, disconnected marketing to self-serve activation, and how they're setting themselves up for a future of AI-powered personalization at scale. My name's Alec Haase. I'm the general manager of AI at Hightouch, and today I'm joined by the incredible team at Rituals, who will lead us for the next 30 minutes on their journey.
Thank you. Yes, thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Monica, and I'm the Senior Digital Activation Manager at Rituals.
Hi, everyone. I'm Solia. I'm a Senior Analytics Engineer at the data team at Rituals.
OK. This is going to want. Yeah, it's going right. Yeah, so as some of you may know, Rituals is a globally recognized well-being brand. And the story of Rituals actually began 25 years ago, where friends came together driven by one simple mission, which was to transform daily routines into more meaningful moments. And then they, together with a group of very creative professionals, they kind of started their journey on transforming ordinary products into a more unique experience, and thereby pioneering the first brand to combine both home and body care. And since then, we have achieved a global presence. So we have over 1,000 stores currently, 3,000 shop-in-shops, and we are live in almost 40 markets. And really, our global presence now expands from not only the stores, but also rituals.com, the Rituals app, and our mind and body spas across Europe. So in doing so, we really try to embrace a more omni-channel approach, where we tried to create a seamless experience across every touch point. So whether customers engage with us through the stores, through the Rituals app or the website, we wish to be there for them and serve them. But I think beyond the products and beyond the services, we really intend on creating a lasting connection with our customers. And we try to do this through the My Rituals loyalty program, where we engage with our members, not only via very inclusive or exclusive offers and promotions. We really try to connect with them through experiences that reflect our purpose. So that goes from more well-being content to member events, but also our growing social following. And we really try to create a sense of belonging where everyone feels welcome. And this year, because we're marking our 25th anniversary, we're even more intent and committed to raising the bar on innovation, on personalizing, but also enhancing the entire customer journey like we've never done before. So what we see in today's very high and fast-paced society is that people, they basically live online. They're always very well connected. They also expect instant access to every product and every experience that they crave. And what we see within Rituals is that our most loyal customers, so that are those who have the highest customer lifetime value, they are everywhere. So they're either browsing online, they're visiting the stores, making a purchase, they provide feedback on our social media channels, and really what we see is that they expect us to know them, but also what they're interested in. And we believe that only a marketing strategy that is based on data is able to deliver this experience. So at Rituals, we're very committed to reaching both existing but also potential customers, wherever they are. And for us, that means kind of reimagining the entire customer journey to really be able to create and offer a best-in-class digital experience. And we do this, or try to do this, by applying insights, but also technology. And we really intend to deliver these experiences that truly resonate with our customers. So what matters most in making this shift? We feel that if we want to bring our in-store experience online, but also our vision that we have and the services that we offer, we really need to build and connect best-in-class tooling and technology. And we see that data serves as a very solid foundation here. Because we believe that with the right technology, with the right tooling and the data in place, we are able to drive the business even further. Because we have a solid understanding of the local key drivers, but also having a very quick time to market for new ideas, for new campaigns. And we try to do this with a customer-first mindset that basically drives every decision that we make. And we see that the digital marketing department plays a very essential role here, because it's the one team that is able to reach all of those customers through their preferred channel. And within our organization, the team is organized into 4 strategic teams. So we have the paid media channels, we have the own channels, we have the digital local markets, and digital activation. And what we try to do is that we try to work very closely together on bringing the digital marketing strategy to life, and also at the same time making sure that we show up with our brand across the entire digital landscape, while at the same time also trying to be locally relevant. And we see that Hightouch, which is overseen by the digital activation team, that's for us has been kind of like a key enabler into achieving this, because it's the one place where all the teams come together and we decide together on what the next initiative needs to be, what existing initiative needs to be improved, and using what type of methods that is delivered by Solia's team. However, a platform like Hightouch is only as effective as the data behind it. And that's why for us it's really important to have a solid understanding of what drives our customer, what are they interested in. And we try to do this by leveraging the right first-party data. So that also requires a very close relationship with the customer insights team. Because they are the ones responsible for providing the first-party data, but not only that, they also provide AI-driven models. And they kind of have this, they kind of guide and inspire us on how to bring that data to life. And then the digital marketing team, they are able to kind of activate the data to make sure that we reach the right people with the right content at the right time. But that really requires kind of like a mutual clarity, because the digital and customer insights team, they need to have a solid understanding of the way our marketing is set up and shaped across the entire organization. So they need to know what our strategic plans are. And at the same time, the digital marketing team, they need to have a solid understanding of what data is available, what data is accessible, how the data is structured, but also how the AI-driven models are kind of able to gather more insights and how we can play into that. So really by working together very closely through this collaborative expertise, but also having this entrepreneurial mindset, which I think is key in achieving this. That's where we were able to still innovate, still test, and optimize every initiative that we have. And that goes from either creating high-value audiences to crafting cross-channel flows, but also optimizing our bidding algorithms through our paid social ads.
All right, thanks. So these are all ambitious goals that Monica mentioned, and our teams work very closely together indeed to optimize campaigns and journeys based on the data that we collect about our customers. So today I would like to take you on a small journey with us a couple years back from how this collaboration evolved over years. And hopefully some of you here in the audience will recognize the paths we took or are taking, or maybe some of the challenges that we were facing. Starting from the before. So my team has access to all of our customer data, but also company data in our central data warehouse that's located in BigQuery. Based on this data, we've developed our in-house customer data model in BigQuery, which combines different data points and our customer journey, both online and offline, with rituals. We build reports, of course, we do analysis, and we provide these insights to Monica's team, but also other teams to make data-driven decisions. And we build AI models that predict different customer features, for example, a next best offer, so what a customer would be interested in. These insights then go to Monica's team that they can activate on, because we see that this team is actually one of our key partners to get value out of this gold mine of data we're sitting on. And without activating on it, data is basically useless. With all of these requests that we were getting from the digital marketing team, of course, the channel specialists wanted to get the data delivered to their platforms, say it Meta or Google Ads, because they wanted to optimize algorithms based on what our customers were doing, what was happening really within their journey. And we started building it. So we got a request, can I get the segment of people for the targeting? We would deliver it. And that created sort of like a cyclical approach in our collaboration, but really both teams didn't really have the visibility on each other's work and the processes behind it. That was working okay until we realized that our team built a lot of point-to-point integrations with different platforms. And maybe some of you also will recognize it, that these platforms like to change their connections. Our pipeline started breaking, and we needed to fix those. So that prioritized maintenance of what we had over the innovations of our data team on different models that we could build extra. We also noticed that this setup wasn't scalable enough. It was working as is, but if a marketing team came up with a really new idea on cross-channel journeys or whatnot, we couldn't deliver that with this setup. And we noticed that there was a lot of duplication of efforts. So as you might see, we've built quite individual connections that weren't really talking to each other. So our analysts, but also the team of Monica, did double work kind of every year as the campaigns were rolling out. Naturally speaking, we started looking at, okay, what can we do better? Where is the optimization problem for us as a team? And as Rituals, we settled on viewing some marketing automation toolings. So for us as the data team, we really wanted to automate all these individual pipelines and maintenance. We wanted to automate that process. Next to that, we didn't want to maintain any copy of the data somewhere else. We wanted to have our customer data where it belonged within our landscape that we maintain. For Monica's team, it was important that there is a user interface that a marketeer can easily access the data in a user-friendly way. In addition to that, cross-channel flows and journeys was something we couldn't maintain as the team with the previous setup. So that was another point on our list. And within EU laws, new GDPR privacy laws are rolling out, so we wanted a partner that would help us take care of that. That brings us to now, where I'm happy to say that we were able to set up the self-service activation possibilities for our marketing team based on our first-party data. How does it look like? A little over a year ago, we settled on Hightouch as this platform, and we started implementing it. What we liked as the data team most about the tooling is the principle of Composable CDP, which meant that the tool integrates within our technical landscape. And we really had the freedom to model the data how Rituals as a business sees it, rather than adapting to a different model that we had to fit different tool. For marketeers, the user interface was easy to learn, so that was an important part for the team. And this is how it looks like right now. So as you can see, instead of our team maintaining all of these individual connections to different platforms, Hightouch takes care of it for us. Monica's team configures it, and we as a team can rest peacefully that the integrations are working, and if something changes, it's going to be picked up. Our data warehouse is in Google BigQuery. A connection between Hightouch and Google BigQuery is very easy to set up, so that was another plus for us. And what we see is now we don't need to maintain individual segmented integrations. We can innovate on the data itself and extract insights. That's what we do as a team best. And once we set up the data model, we can pretty much rest it in Hightouch. And unless we need to change something, of course, then we go back to it. We also see the collaboration boost because new use cases roll out. We talk with Monica's team what are the best features of our customers to use in different activations. So that was a nice bonus point, I think. Our team still works in BigQuery. We still set the models in BigQuery about our customers, and we set the models within Hightouch. So it's still in our responsibility to make sure that that connection works, data is available, it's performant enough. So we have our set of responsibilities there. And Monica's team now has a view of the data in a more user-friendly way, and they can drag and drop different customer features that we've made available and filter on it. So whatever's available is ready to use, and they have a full freedom to build their activation journeys. A little bit about real impact that might be interesting to see is that before we had the tooling for our team, it would take around 2 weeks to deliver the data. It would always end up on our backlog. We had other priorities and projects, so it was a bit long time to market. Right now, if the data is there, it can take up to 1 hour, 1 day, whatever the marketing team wants. They can set the syncs to their platforms. And what happens in our collaboration right now, instead of the cyclical approach that was coming on request base, we actually push the data that we have available to Hightouch, and marketeers now have the visibility of what's available. So we see that there's a little bridge building between our teams that since we work in one tool. It's a rather new tool, so we're still learning. There's a learning curve, which also boosted our communication with each other. So now we have a lot of understanding into what are we doing with both teams. But of course, our expertise still lies in the same realm, data team as to warehousing and data insights, AI models, and Monica's team in activation and campaigns.
Yes, thanks. So now we have this innovative tool in place, so Hightouch. We really kicked off with creating as many tests and as many cases as we could possibly do. Also to familiarize ourselves a bit more with the platform and to integrate it in our own way of working. But what we noticed quite quickly after doing some reflection is that all of the efforts that we did, they were quite fragmented. So they were quite relatively small in scope. They were often campaign-driven, so they were really tied to specific moments in time. So it was either focusing on a Christmas campaign or an Easter campaign or Mother's Day. And really what stood out for us is that it was kind of becoming challenging to define priorities, but also set clear KPIs. And so really what those early lessons did for us is that they highlighted the need to scope it down in order to scale and to optimize effectively. So what we did is we created this kind of holistic framework that highlights all of the different marketing initiatives that we're doing across every phase, so from awareness all the way to retention. And we could now really easily spot, okay, this is where we're not visible enough yet, this is where we need to improve, and these are the kind of methods delivered by the customer insights team that we need to work on in order to optimize effectively. Next, so what we did next is that we organized all of the initiatives into 3 pillars. So we have CRM, we have customer-centric, and commercial push. And what we did here is really trying to create a more well-balanced strategy, so we have a little bit of everything. So the first one is CRM. So that's really designed to strengthen the brand experience for our most loyal customers. And one example that we wanted to highlight here is the member gifts reminder newsletter, which we now combine with churn probability data through Hightouch. So really when we see that a customer is most at risk of disengaging, we send them this member gift reminder. So we send the right content with a very attractive gift to try to get them to repurchase again and show some kind of engagement. Then you have customer-centric initiatives. So these are basically driven by the insights that we gather from our customer engagement and behavior. So one example here is the replenishment flow. This was actually the first cross-channel flow that we developed together. So when the customer purchases a refillable product, then by the time it's almost empty, they would receive a replenishment email prompting them to purchase a refill. If they do not convert, we will then follow up with a very targeted display campaign to kind of reinforce the message and to drive the conversion, again, probably through their more preferred channel. And then commercial push, that's really guided by our own strategic priorities. So really what we, as an organization, wish to spotlight to our customers. So that could range from either a limited edition, a new collection, hidden gems that we want to spotlight more in specific markets, but also bestsellers that are going viral, and really trying to drive awareness and to drive sales where it matters most for us as a brand. And one example here is the Always On initiative for our more classic collections that we do in our paid media channels. And we combine that with the next best offer model data. So really a model that predicts what someone is going to purchase next. We combine that so we have the right content, the right product, and we serve it to the right customers who are most likely to engage. And then we have the bidding algorithms in Google Ads. So we really wanted to maximize the effectiveness of our bidding strategies. So what we did is we not only incorporated the online conversions, but we combined it with offline conversions as well. And what we noticed is that this kind of more holistic approach really allows us to reach our most valuable customers, so those who shop both online and offline. And then what is next? So if we want to truly resonate with our audience and really stand out in a very crowded digital landscape, we need to go beyond the targeting, beyond the timing, and focus on what content we wish to deliver. So for us, that means kind of shifting from the more generic content into more highly personalized storytelling content. And storytelling, of course, really resonates also with our brand. So this is kind of very new, exciting new next step for Rituals. And hopefully next time we'll be able to show you a bit more.
So as we think about content personalization at scale at Hightouch, we're super excited about pairing AI decisioning, which is our newest product, which enables brands like Rituals with the power of AI agents to deliver personalized marketing campaigns at a beyond human scale. With it, we're kind of throwing the concept of rule-based marketing out the window. Instead, we're saying marketers should be able to create an AI agent directly inside of the system so that it can create all those different personalization decisions at, again, a beyond human scale. So marketers first start by defining a goal in Hightouch. They say, what are the things that I'm trying to drive for a specific use case? Maybe it's a cross-sell or an upsell, first to second purchase. They then also define negative outcomes. So the system should not just think about the positive things, but also weigh against maybe a bad thing like an unsubscribe or an abandoned cart. They then provide all the different inputs like creative, content, channels. What should the agent be able to pick from as it's trying to drive users to that outcome? And more importantly, define guardrails. So on each individual piece of content, each channel, each decision, a human should be in the loop and say, hey, this specific subset of users maybe shouldn't be eligible for this specific content. That way the agent can really operate within those swim lanes. The agents then take all those different inputs and they go and learn. Again, they're plugged right into their existing data warehouse. So it's learning from all the existing data points that they have, whether that's their data science models or just their first-party data. And they're able to learn it, again, a beyond human scale, where they can say, what is the best individual experience? What is each individual decision I should be making for each individual customer based on their context? Right? It's something that a human marketer just simply couldn't do, but AI is quite good at. And it's all to deliver that optimal outcome. making all those different decisions. My favorite part of AI decisioning is the insight that it gives you as a marketer. So when we built this, we wanted to make sure that you could trust the system. This isn't a PMax, this isn't Facebook ads where you have no idea what the algorithm's doing. We wanted to build a system that actually gave you feedback and allowed you to learn alongside of it. So for every single decision that we make, you can see why. Why do we pick this subject line? Why do we pick this day of week, this time of day? Understanding all the different contexts that went into that decision and why the AI is making that decision. Again, all with the effort of ensuring that you as marketers can trust AI. So when we talk about learnings, my, again, favorite part of this is how marketers can really learn alongside the AI agent. So for example, Whoop, which is a leading fitness wearable. I saw some folks in the crowd with Whoops today. They're using AI agents to go and drive cross-sells. So they want to say, hey, instead of doing manual A/B testing in their email platform, which is iterable, I want to let an agent decide. I want to give it all my existing content, my existing assets, give it a goal of a cross-sell, and let it make the individual decisions. So they plug Hightouch right into the email platform, which is iterable. Again, their existing creative, and they saw a 10% lift. No net new creative. It's just simply able to make more decisions than humans could alone. But most importantly, outside of the performance lift, it's actually enabling them to learn alongside the system. So it's uncovering things like users with the top activity of martial arts responded really well to swimming creative. We sit here and say, why would that be the case? They're looking for low-impact ways to recover. Things that you otherwise never would have even tested for, but a system using contextual multi-arm bandits is just inherently going to do. And it's going to expose that back to you as a marketer so that you can then go use those insights across not just your email channels, but your entire business. So we're quite excited by this, and we'd love to chat with you all, so feel free to visit our booth right outside there or connect with the team from Rituals or myself there. Thanks, everybody.